Hello dear students, I am Sandhya Chauhan, working as an assistant professor in Noida Institute of Engineering and Technology, Pharmacy Institute, Greater Noida. So student, our today's topic is quality by design. Okay. So here is the table of content. So in today's lecture, we will discuss definition of quality by design, overview on quality by design and elements of quality by design. Okay. So before I move to quality by design, I will explain what is quality. Okay. So as per ICH Q6A guideline, the suitability of either a drug substance or a drug product for its intended use. This term includes attributes such as identity, strength and purity. Okay. So let's move on to quality by design. Okay. So what is quality by design? Okay. So in simple word, we have to build quality into products design. This concept is firstly given by Dr. Joseph M. Juran, who was the pioneer of this concept. Okay. So he believed that the most of the quality problem arises in a product are due to its design or the way we manufacture that product. Okay. So to eliminate the defect, to avoid the quality related problem, we have to build quality into products design. Okay. So next is the definition of quality by design. Okay. So what it says quality by design is a systematic approach to development that begins with predefined objective and emphasizes product and process understanding and process control based on sound science and quality risk management. Okay. So what this definition says, quality by design is a systematic approach to product development. Okay. That begins with predefined objective. That means we have to set our target before development. Suppose we want to manufacture an oral solid dosage form. So we have to set which type of dosage form we want to manufacture, whether it is oral, parenteral or topical. Okay. So we have to set what we want to manufacture. Okay. So in this stage we set our target. Suppose we want to manufacture an oral solid dosage form, that is tablet. Okay. So again in this predefined objective we will set our target. We want to manufacture a tablet and its dimension will be this. Okay. We have to set the dimension, we have to set the route of administration. So everything we want to achieve we have to set prior development. Okay. Then we will begin the development process. Next is emphasizes product and process understanding. Okay. So what we will do in this approach, we identify all the critical material attributes, all the critical process parameter which could affect the quality of our final product and try to control these critical parameters so that these critical parameters would not affect our final product's quality. So this is quality by design. Okay. Now quality by design overview. Okay. So it begins with target product profile. Okay. So in target product profile, we set the target prior to development. Okay, so here we set which type of dosage form we want to manufacture or we want to develop, what will be the route of administration, what will be the dimension, what will be the assay, what will be the dissolution time. So, everything is set. We have set our target which we want to achieve in our product. Okay. So, this target product profile describes the use, safety and efficacy of the product. Next thing is, after defining target product profile, we move to gather relevant prior knowledge about the drug substances and potential excipients and process operations into knowledge space. So, we use risk assessment to prioritize knowledge gaps for further registration. Next thing is, design a formulation and identify the critical material attributes of the final product that must be controlled to meet the target product quality profile. Next is, design a manufacturing process to produce a final product having these critical material attributes. Then we move to identify the critical process parameters and raw material attributes that must be controlled to achieve these critical material attributes of the final product. Then we establish a control strategy for the entire process that may include input material controls, process control and monitors design space around individual or multiple unit operations or final product test. So, next is element of quality by design program and tools. So, the first element is target product profile. So, what is target product profile? Target product profile is a prospective and dynamic summary of quality characteristic of a drug product that ideally should be achieved to ensure that the desired quality and hence the safety and efficacy of a drug product is realized. The target product profile forms the basis of design of the product. So, here in target product profile, we decide the dosage form, okay. What we want to manufacture, we want to manufacture a tablet, we want to manufacture a injection or we want to manufacture a topical formulation, okay. What will be the route of our formulation, what will be the strength of the formulation, what will be the release profile of the dosage form, what will be the pharmacokinetic characteristic, that is dissolution, aerodynamic performance, what will be the drug product quality criteria. So, everything is set prior to development. Next is critical quality attribute, okay. So, critical quality attribute is a physical, chemical, biological or microbiological property or characteristic of drug product that should be within an appropriate limit, range or distribution to ensure the desired product quality. Okay. Suppose if we want to manufacture a safe and effective drug product, in that case these critical quality attributes should be within the appropriate limit. Next is critical material attributes and critical process parameter. A material or process parameter whose variability has an impact on critical quality attributes and therefore should be monitored or controlled to ensure the process produces the desired quality. So, any material attribute, any process parameter which could impact the critical quality attribute and ultimately the safety and efficacy of our product can be considered as critical material attribute and critical process parameter. In short, any material attribute or any process parameter which could affect safety and efficacy of our final product can be considered as critical. Okay. Next is elements of, next is design space. Okay. Next element is design space. So, what is design space? Suppose we have defined the target product profile, we have set our target, what we want to manufacture. Okay. Through risk assessment, we have identified all the critical process parameter, all the critical material attributes. Okay. And we and next process is developing a design space. Okay. So, design space is the multi-dimensional combination and interaction of input variable, for example, material attributes and process parameters that have been demonstrated to provide assurance of quality. Okay. Next is working within the design space is not considered as a change. Moving out of that design space can be considered to be a change and would normally initiate a regulatory post approval change process. Design space is proposed by the applicant and is subjected to regulatory assessment and approval. Okay. So, next element is control strategy. Okay. So, the control strategy should describe and justify how in process controls and the controls of input material, for example, drug substances and excipients, container closure system and intermediates. Next is the control of end product contribute to final product quality. Here is the control strategy. Okay. So, elements of control strategy can include but are not limited to the following. First is control of input material attributes, that is drug substances, adhesive polymers, primary packaging material. So, based on an understanding of their impact on processability or product quality. Next is product specification. Next is control for unit operation that have an impact on downstream processing or end product quality. For example, the impact of solvent on degradation. Okay. So, these are the elements of control strategy. Next is in process or real time release in lieu of end product testing. A monitoring program, for example, full product testing at regular intervals for verifying multivariate prediction models. Next is product life cycle management. Okay, so throughout the product life cycle, companies have opportunity to evaluate innovative approaches to improve the product quality. Next is process performance can be monitored to ensure that it is working as anticipated to deliver product quality attribute as predicted by the design space. This monitoring could include trend analysis of the manufacturing process as additional experience is gained during routine manufacture. So, next is the revolution in quality thinking. Okay. So, in earlier approaches, what we were doing to test our products quality, we were completely dependent on quality by testing. Okay. That means to evaluate or to check the quality of the product, we were dependent on quality by testing. If we want to check our product's quality, what we did, we perform quality test. Okay. Suppose we want to check whether the dissolution criteria of the drug product is meeting the standard requirement or not, or whether the disintegration time of the tablet is meeting the standards or not. So, what we have to do? We have to perform the dissolution test, we have to perform the disintegration test. That means, in earlier times we were completely dependent on quality by testing. To ensure the product's quality, we have to test that product. Okay. But this process was not feasible. Okay. It may lead to confusion, it may lead to product failure, and it do not give the correct results. Okay. So, in earlier times in quality by testing, we were completely dependent on quality by testing. We have to test the product to check its quality. Okay. And the mass testing was not an easy task. Okay. So, that is why the scientist developed this concept and moved to quality by design. Okay. So, as we have discussed earlier, that the pioneer of this concept, Dr. Joseph M. Juran, believed that the most of quality problem arises in a product due to the way it is manufactured or due to the process, due to its design. So, what we have to do to avoid these problems? We have to build the quality into its design. Okay. We have to design a product in such a way that it meet the required standard. Okay. And in quality by design, we built quality into products design. Okay. So, we have discussed that in quality by design, we have to set the target, we have to set the target before the development process. Okay. We have to set what dosage form we want to manufacture or we want to develop, what will be the release criteria, what will be the dissolution profile, what will be the pharmacokinetic of the drug product. Okay. And what will be the characteristic of what will be the specification of the drug product. So, everything is decided prior to development. Okay. Then the next thing is we identify the critical material attributes, critical process parameters through risk assessment. Okay, number of tools are available to perform risk assessment, for example failure mode effect analysis, fault tree analysis. So number of tools are available. Okay, so after performing risk assessment, as we know what is critical to our product, okay, we develop a design space. Okay, so working within this design space would not considered as change. Means in design space we develop limits or ranges for critical process parameters. Okay, so we can move within this design space. Okay, so this design space is our working space. We have to work within this design space to achieve the desired quality of product. Okay, so that's how quality by design helps to enhance the quality of product. Okay, thank you.